My name is Mitchell Walker. I am the president of the Greater Huntsville Interdenominational Ministerial Fellowship Incorporated, and I also serve as pastor of the Church Street Cumberland Presbyterian Church in America, located in downtown Huntsville. Congressman John Lewis said, when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something, you have to do something. And that's why we are here today from across the length and breadth of this community. We stand here today united in thought and determined in purpose to say that this Confederate monument and marker have stayed on these grounds way too long, and it's time for them to go. Huntsville-Madison County is too much of a leader in this state and in this nation. We can do better than this. We should do better than this. We must do better than this. This Confederate monument and marker symbolizes everything that is antithetical to what is fair and just and right. It represents a history that is repugnant and repulsive and reprehensible to some of us. That's why we're here today. One of the things that it represents is disunion. It also represents slavery, a system that subjugated a people of color. And so we have come here today to say that it's time for this monument to be relocated somewhere else. We wrote to the county commission prematurely and congratulated them for having the decision and courage to move this monument and marker. But it was premature because, as you know, it is still here on these grounds. And whatever we honor, we endorse. And what this monument and what this marker honors is disunion and slavery for some. And so we stand here today to say to the Madison County Commission, do what you voted to do, and that was to move this monument. We say to the Madison County Commission, do what you said you wanted to do. We say to you, why vote to move it if you really did not intend to do it? If you really were not committed to seek a way in order to have this relocated somewhere else. And you say, well, it's illegal. You say you don't want to break the laws. But did you not know that before you voted? So we ask, what's changed? Surely your vote was not for smoke and mirrors' sake. Surely you did not mean to deceive or delay or even deny the continuing voice requests from across this community. And so we've come today to say again, move this monument and this marker. It's been here way too long. As a matter of fact, it never should have been here because of what it idolizes. It's way past time for these two items to be relocated to a more appropriate place where persons who want to pay homage, who want to have photo ops, can go to that place and do it. So we say today, the Greater Huntsville Interdenominational Ministerial Fellowship that's joined here today by clergy from across this community to say, move the monument and the marker.
My name is Oscar Montgomery. I presently serve as the pastor of the Union Hill Primitive Baptist Church here in Huntsville, Alabama. Today, as the president of the North Huntsville Community United for Action, NACHUA, I come here in person to declare NACHUA's unequivocal support for the immediate removal of this Confederate statue from its present site. I want this commission to know that we are recalcitrant, we are unrelenting in our quest to have this statue moved. It's our firm belief that the presence of this statue at the main entrance of a public building in a community and a county where residents daily perform their public obligations, seek protection from the law, and meet other legal requirements, this statue sends a despicable, deplorable, degrading, and demeaning message. The regressive message fostered by this statute's continued presence on this site is one of a community that is populated by people who are trapped in a past permeated by racism and bigotry. We are not deceived. At this moment in time, the message communicated by this statute's presence to everyone entering this facility has more to do with the present than the past. Its continued presence on this spot communicates this message. This is not where we once stood. This is where we now stand. This is not where we once were. This is where we now are. This is not who we once were. This is who we are. And hear me well, that is not the message that the citizenry of Huntsville and Madison County want to send out to the world. You see, we live in a city and a county where the sky is not the limit and where the elected representatives are striving for one city or one county, if you will. And we must have a clear message to those who are seeking, who live here, who are seeking to relocate here or to do business with us. And that message must be this, that we are a community that is committed to equality, to justice, to equal protection under the law, to economic prosperity for all of its citizens. Therefore, we are a community committed to the elimination and eradication of any and all emblems and symbols, policies, and practices that promote racism and bigotry. So we say to the commissioners, as our elected representatives, you have a moral obligation to act promptly and deliberately in this matter, to continue to take refuge behind the facade of legality is both morally and economically irresponsible. We would further suggest to our county commissioners that if the options available to them to legally move this statute are not politically palatable, there are options available for you to effect its removal. Allow me to suggest one option that would allow you to wash your hands of the matter. I suggest that you pass a resolution donating this statute to the city and let the city take the appropriate action to find a place to repair and restore this statute. This statute needs to be moved now, not tomorrow, not next week. It needs to be moved now.
Amen.
My name is David Freeman. I am a member of the Southeast Clergy and pastor of Weatherly Heights Baptist Church. My comments this morning represent me. A monument exists to commemorate a person or an event. As such, it is a celebration of that person or that event's contribution to our society. I favor moving this monument to another location because the town square belongs to all of us, and not everyone wishes to commemorate or celebrate the Confederacy. For many of our citizens, the Confederacy is a painful part of Southern history. These monuments are testimony to white supremacy and the desire of some white Southerners to perpetuate the institution of slavery. There has been an awakening across the South. We are an evolving people. We don't believe in Jim Crow laws anymore. We don't believe anyone should own anyone else. I personally do not believe Confederate monuments need to be destroyed. They do point to a significant event in American history. So let us move them. Let us move them to an appropriate location and make this town square inclusive of all the residents of Madison County.
Are there any questions? Any questions?
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for coming.